Welcome to a tale of intrigue, wealth, and sinister secrets. In Killers of the Flower Moon, I'm going to dive deep into the haunting mysteries of the Osage Nation, where a chilling conspiracy unfolds as greed, deception, and murder intertwines. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Osage Nation elders solemnly enter a ceremonial pipe, lamenting the assimilation of their descendants into mainstream American society. As they traverse their Oklahoma reservation, adorned with the captivating annual flower moon spectacle of vast fields in bloom, a discovery unfolds. Oil emerges from the earth. The tribe experiences newfound prosperity, retaining mineral rights and distributing oil lease revenues among its members. However, legal regulations mandate the appointment of white court-assigned guardians to oversee the finances of both full and half-blood members, deeming them incompetent. In 1919, after serving in World War I, Ernest Burkhart returns to reside with his brother Byron and Uncle William King Hale on Hale's expansive reservation ranch. Known as King, Hale, a reserve deputy sheriff and cattle rancher, presents himself as a benevolent figure to the Osage community, conversing in their language and bestowing gifts. He encourages Ernest to court Molly Kyle, an Osage woman whose family possesses valuable oil headrights. Despite his involvement in armed robberies against the Osage, Ernest, also working as a cab driver, meets Molly, and a romantic relationship blossoms. Their marriage incorporates elements from both Catholic and Osage traditions, and they raise 3 children together. Unbeknownst to Ernest, Hale secretly orchestrates the deaths of several affluent Osage individuals. He informs Ernest that he will inherit more headrights if more members of Molly's family perish. Molly, afflicted with diabetes, and her ailing mother Lizzie become targets. Following the mysterious demise of Molly's sister Minnie, Hale instructs Byron to kill the defiant Anna, another of Molly's sisters. In the wake of these tragedies, Lizzie and the Osage Council attribute the deaths to the white residents of the reservation and advocate for the tribe to resist and fight back. In the aftermath of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre, a newsreel depicting the destruction of a black community by white assailants raises apprehension among the Osage community, fueling concerns about a potential similar fate. As Lizzie nears the end of her life, she envisions her ancestors welcoming her into the afterlife. Taking advantage of Ernest, Hale instructs him to orchestrate the demise of Henry Roan, Molly's first husband, in order to collect on his life insurance. However, Ernest's attempt goes awry, leading to a brutal paddling administered by Hale in a Masonic temple. With corrupt local authorities turning a blind eye, investigations into these crimes remain non-existent. The situation escalates when an Osage Nation representative, lobbying in Washington, D.C., is murdered. Molly, determined to seek justice, hires private detective William J. Burns. However, Ernest and Byron violently drive him away from the reservation. Despite her declining health, Molly, accompanied by an Osage delegation, travels to Washington to appeal to President Calvin Coolidge for assistance. In response, Hale pressures Ernest to poison Molly's insulin, intending to slow her down. As Molly's health deteriorates, Ernest, consumed by guilt, occasionally ingests the poison himself. Hale, relentless in his pursuit of wealth, orders Ernest to arrange the murders of Rita, Molly's last surviving sister, and her husband. This dark plot involves the criminal A.C. Kirby, who is tasked with blowing up their house. In the aftermath, Molly inherits all of her family's valuable headrights. These guys are ruthless. Upon Molly's effective lobbying, the Bureau of Investigation, BOI, dispatches Agent Thomas Bruce White Sr. and his team to probe the disturbing events. Swiftly uncovering the truth, the agents expose Hale's malevolent deeds. Looks like he is going to get busted. In a desperate attempt to conceal his tracks, Hale resorts to murdering several of his own associates, including AC. Rightfully so, you cannot hide the truth for long. Nevertheless, White apprehends both Hale and Ernest. Discovering Molly in a severely deteriorated state, the agents ensure she receives proper medical attention. Agent White persuades Ernest to confess and become a key witness against Hale. Despite attempts by W.S. Hamilton, aka Brendan Fraser, yes sir, he is back, Anyway, Hale's attorney, to coerce Ernest into claiming torture and recanting, Ernest remains steadfast. Tragically, the loss of one of his and Molly's daughters to whooping cough compels Ernest to testify against his uncle. In a futile bid to silence Ernest, Hale endeavors to have him eliminated. Molly, meeting with Ernest after his testimony, chooses to part ways when he refuses to admit to poisoning her. Subsequent reports via a radio show detail the aftermath. Both Ernest and Hale receive life sentences following conviction, later being paroled despite objections from the Osage community. Byron, escaping prison time due to a hung jury, remains untouched. Post-trial, Molly divorces Ernest, remarries, and succumbs to diabetes in 1937 at the age of 50. She is interred with her parents, sisters, and daughter, with her obituary omitting any mention of the Osage murders. The narrative concludes with a depiction of a 21st century Osage powwow featuring a sizable dancing circle. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more amazing movie recaps. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay awesome and take care.